West flight, Southwest 2504, and you can see in the video from plane spotters here, was coming into land on Midway's 3-1 Center. Very busy airport, huge hub for Southwest Airlines. This is what's called a go-around or an aborted landing. You may have experienced this on a commercial flight. Usually pilots do this when the approach is unstable or there's wind or there's wind shear. In this case, this is called a runway incursion, meaning an airplane on the runway where there shouldn't be. That's the private jet, the Challenger 350 there, taxiing out in front of this flight. The crew artfully of the Southwest flight does a go-around, pitches up, and climbs back into the air to come back around for a successful landing. Obviously, nobody hurt in this, but this is a narrative, just one more example in a narrative of incidents that we have seen since the start of 2023. And the NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board, has investigated a significant number of these incidents that came within very close, we're talking feet away from a possible collision. JFK, Austin, Boston, Burbank, the list really goes on. Seems likely that this would end up not only under FAA investigation, but also under NTSB investigation, because the alarm bells have been there for a long time. Why are airplanes able to get so close to each other when air traffic controllers are responsible for keeping the runway safe and clear? There are a lot of factors here, and of course we're still at the very, very early stages of this, so don't want to speculate, although you have to talk about this while mentioning air traffic controllers are under an incredible amount of stress right now. You have to connect it back to the big story. DOJ is making cuts at the FAA right now, and also FAA controllers just had to essentially justify their jobs with 5 bullet points to Elon Musk. 10,000 of them responsible for controlling the airspace in the national airspace system, and many of them are working mandatory 6-day weeks of 10-hour shifts. We're talking mandatory overtime. The Southwest crew did the right thing here. People ask me all the time, why is there a go-around? This was the right call. You can always go around and fly back into the air and come back around and try another landing. The big question is, why did that private jet enter onto that runway when this passenger jet, the Southwest flight, was moments away from landing? Very scary.
Yeah, that looked like very quick thinking by that.
That are flying. And when mothers across America are making those comments to their kids, that's going to have an economic effect.
Yeah, I was just flying with my family for my son's winter break, and I have extreme anxiety, so this is what I do all the time anyway. But I was for sure thinking about the latest incidents, because it's not one, it's not two. There have been multiple incidents like this where near misses, and in some cases some fatalities. And these are still anecdotes.
Yeah.
And flying is still very safe, but it's really hard not to get in your head about.
You have data.
Yeah, I would just say that, if you look at the NTSB data from January, in fact, it was the safest January on record when you combine both